time-honored Hawaiian tradition of Ho'oponopono teaches us to improve our communications with everyone by saying 4 simple things, either in our mind or softly out loud before we communicate. What are those things? I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. Hello, my name is Edward Durante, and this is Life Perfect Square. Last time we got together in a podcast, I talked a little bit about Lao Tzu saying, he who knows others is wise, he who knows himself is enlightened. And I also use the saying above the Greek temple in Delphi, which is know thyself. In Greek, it's note seautin. But how do you really get to know yourself? This is something that's problematic. So today, rather than give you so many aphorisms to think about, I'm going to try and give you a practical way to go about knowing yourself better and what you can do to get to know yourself on a daily basis. First of all, you need to be able to get off someplace by yourself that's quiet without the children, coming in and asking for something, without your husband or wife asking, without your boss or your employees or your friends, without the television, without reading a book, without any other distractions. Just get off where you can be quiet. Sit in a straight back chair. Let yourself get totally relaxed. Maybe you have to start with your feet. Start with your feet and your toes, wiggle your toes and make sure they're comfortable and no cramps in them. Relax your ankles, relax your calves all the way up, relax your knees, relax your thighs, relax your hips, relax your stomach and your lower back and your chest. And just take a nice deep cleansing breath. Close your eyes and relax and clear your mind. Now, once you're in that position and you're starting to breathe deeply and easily and rhythmically, think about who you are. I don't mean think about what your name is or what your job is. Just say to yourself, I am. I am. I am a few times. Once you get to that state where you're feeling a little bit more relaxed and you're not stressed about anything, try and take a personal inventory. And what I mean by a personal inventory is, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? You can sit there and think a little bit about it. What are the strengths that I have? And we all have them. We all have these gifts in varying degrees. I don't know what yours are. And maybe you don't know what they are either. Maybe you haven't defined them. Maybe you have a foggy idea that, I'm good with people. Whenever I'm around people, I feel better. They seem to get energy from me and I get energy from them. I work well in teams or groups. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you work better by yourself. Maybe you're a leader. Maybe you're a thinker, someone who can come up with new ideas. And those ideas, when you communicate to other people, inspire them. Maybe you have the ability and the charisma to lead people. I don't know what your strengths are, but you need to find out what they are. Once you've identified what you think your strengths are, think about how you can employ them in a way that helps the greatest number of people. For me, it's pretty simple. I think that my strengths are in communication, in the written word and in the spoken word. I don't have all the answers, but I study, I read, I listen to other people. I've gained experience from my time on this earth, maybe from my past lives, maybe from people around me, and I try and communicate those in simple terms. I'm not trying to impress you with my vocabulary, my education, my background, or my worldly experience. Those will become evident as I talk to you about simple things. I try and take some complex terms and put them into the simplest manner, and fashion that I can so that you can understand them, you can incorporate them, and hopefully you can act upon them. You know, I've done this myself many times. I've sat down and I've started to think about what I really do well and what I don't do well. And I have a list of those as well. So I try and shore up the things that are my weaknesses, or in some cases, if they are detrimental to me or the people around me, how do I eliminate them? How do I take those propensity toward those bad habits or bad behaviors and turn them into something positive and something good that can help other people? Once you have an idea of what your real strengths are, and this may take a little bit of time, don't rush it. Let it come to you. If you sit there and you think and you try and just envision what it is, and here's something you can do if you don't really know. Think about the times when you were doing something active, whether it was at work or at play or in groups or by yourself or in school or at the workplace, when you really felt good about yourself. You felt good about your connection to other people. You felt like you were communicating with them and they were hearing what you had to say and you were contributing in a positive way. Think about a time like that. Think about what that felt like. Think about that good feeling you had inside. The feeling that, this isn't work. This is what I love to do. I don't know what that is in your particular life. And maybe you don't know clearly what that is. But this is a way to get in touch with it, to find out what those strengths are and how you can use them in your everyday life. Now, here's another thing. Once you've decided, okay, this is a strength that I have. Maybe I'm good mechanically. Maybe I can fix almost anything. Maybe I can be an artist. Maybe I'm a painter. Maybe I have musical abilities. Maybe I can tell jokes better than anyone else and get my friends and relatives to laugh once in a while. Maybe I am a healer. Maybe I have the ability with my energy and my outlook and my positivity to improve people's lives. Find out what that is. And once you do, think about how can I best employ that? What's the kind of position that I could be in? Maybe it's a business that I need to be involved in. Maybe it's a workplace. Maybe you need to change your careers. Maybe you need to have more time to yourself. Maybe you need to write or teach or paint or compose music or play musical instruments or join a band. I don't know what that is particularly for you, and you need to find that out. And once you find it out, all of a sudden, your world will start to transform. It'll start to transform instead of being something that's arduous, that you get up in the morning and you're in the bathroom getting ready. If you're a man, maybe you're shaving, you're brushing your teeth, you're getting ready for work, you're looking in the mirror and you're saying to yourself, oh boy, I don't want to do this anymore. You shouldn't have that feeling. You should have joy every day. You should have joy in every act that you do. If you don't, you're not doing the right thing. So these are some of the things concretely you can do to get to know yourself better. Take a personal inventory. Understand where you are strong. Understand where you are weak. Try and avoid and shore up the weaknesses and try and promote and enhance the strengths. This is a simple thing to do, but it takes time. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to figure out what it is that you really want. What do you want out of life? Now, don't give me something vague like, well, I want to be successful. I want to have a loving relationship. I want to be in my own business. Okay, I can hear those. Those are like topic outlines. Now I want you to take one of those topic outlines. Let's say it's, I want to run my own successful business. Well, what kind of business would that be if you're using those things in those areas where you have strength. Not the ones where you have weakness, but your strong points. What kind of business would that be? Take my strengths and apply it to a business. I want you to envision carefully what that business looks like. What kind of business is it? Are you running a carpentry business? Do you fashion woodworking? You create beautiful kitchens? Maybe you are a home repair guy. You don't have to have this lofty vision. You don't have to find cures for diseases. You don't have to be a heart surgeon. You don't have to be an inventor. Great if you have those strengths and abilities. You should use them in those areas. But it's just as good if you're a creative barber. Maybe you're the best barber that ever was. Maybe you can come up with hairstyles and haircuts that everyone loves. Maybe you're a makeup artist. Maybe you're really good with people, talking to them and coaching them, giving them support, trying to help them find their purpose in life. So you need to think about specifically how you're going to use your strong points. If it's a business that you're going to start or that you're going to practice or that you're going to be in, I want you to think about it clearly. I want you to get a clear vision. Once you get a clear vision of what it is, I want you to think about how that feels. How would it feel each day when you get up and all of a sudden you're doing something that you're thrilled to do, that you have energy and vitality, and you're pouring that into that job or that business every single day because it doesn't feel like work. It feels like your passion. It feels like something that you were meant to do. And don't forget, you are here to do something. You are meant to do something, to contribute something in only the way that you can. Forget about all those negative thoughts about I'm too old, I'm too short, I'm too tall, I'm too young. None of those things matter. Nothing matters about your background, your circumstances, what culture you're in, what your religious beliefs are. None of that matters. You are here for a specific purpose, and you have the strengths and abilities to accomplish that purpose, and that purpose is going to touch many people and improve their lives and bring something to them that no one else can bring in the way that you can bring it. So I want you to feel what that's like. Once you've identified how you're going to use these strong points that you've taken inventory of and how you're going to do that on a daily basis, I want you to feel as though you're already doing it. Feel it. Feel what it's like. If there's a smell and aroma that goes with it, maybe you're a baker, maybe you're a cake maker, maybe you're going to have a bagel shop. I don't know. But whatever that is, get all your senses involved. Hear it. Hear compliments. Hear people coming into your business. See yourself shaking hands with them. See the smiles on their faces. Feel how that is inside you to know that you've done something that other people really appreciate. Think about looking at your bank account. All of a sudden, your bank account has more money in it. All of a sudden, you can do some of the things that you always thought about doing. Maybe you have a favorite charity or a pet project. Maybe you love pets and you want to take care of them. Maybe you love the elderly people and you want to contribute in some way to improve their lives. Maybe you like foster children and you want to help them find homes. Whatever that is, think about the success that's going to be created by you using your strong points in a business or endeavor that you love and enjoy and get satisfaction from every single day. Think about how that feels. Think about the accolades coming to you. Think about improved success and monetary means. Think about wealth and abundance coming your way. But think about how you're going to use that abundance, how you're going to put it back out into the world, into your pet projects, into improving the lives of others, whether it's pets or animals or elderly people or young people. Maybe you're going to build a Little League field where kids can play Little League baseball, or you're going to improve the area with a playground or a soccer field, or maybe you're going to just put some benches in a park that people can sit upon. Whatever that is, think about how you're going to use the abundance that the universe is going to bring to you. Because once you are doing what you're supposed to do, and you're doing it in the way that no one else can do it, and you're using all the strong points and abilities that you've been given and gifted to come here and employ for the benefit of others, abundance is yours. Claim it. It's coming to you. And once it comes to you, put it back out there. Let yourself be a vessel where that abundance comes to you and you use it to put back out in the universe again. There's an unlimited supply. You are not taking anything away from anyone else. Forget about competition. Think about creativity. You're here to create. We're all creators, and we all have different abilities to create with, and we have the ability to create an unlimited amount of abundance. Once you're creating and not competing, all the universe will unfold and bring things right to you. This is how you attract all abundance in your life. And remember, everything in the universe is abundant. All you have to do is look around you. Take a walk in nature. Look at the grass. Look at the trees. Look at the flowers, the bushes, the birds in the sky, the fish in the ocean. There's abundance all around you. It's yours. Claim it. But be sure to contribute to that abundance. How do you do that? With your own creativity, with your own actions. It starts with your thought process. Your thoughts are creative. The thoughts are the most creative. Things happen in your mind first. And when they happen in your mind and you hold them and you fix them there and you think about them often and you give life to them and joy to them and you feel those thoughts of abundance and success and wealth and health and love and perfect expression, which are the 4 pillars of Life Perfect Square. When you feel those deep down inside and you're abundantly putting them out there in the universe for everyone else to share, when you're making that connection from your thought process to your words, to your actions, to the things that you love to do, to employ the strong points and the abilities that you've been given, once you're doing that, you are a master creator. And the universe loves creation. It's all about creation. There isn't anywhere or anyone or anything in the universe that isn't creative. And when you're creative and you're vibrating on that level of highest creation, everything will come to you. People will come to you and they'll want to help you and assist you and improve your situation. Opportunities will come your way. Situations will arise that you could not believe or even envision. And don't limit them. You have no limit on how high you can go. Ultimate success isn't for a few people. It's for everyone. But only a few know how to claim it and how to use it and how to give it back and have it always circulating back to them. This is Ed Durante, and this is Life Perfect Square. You can find my podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you find your podcast. Please subscribe here. We also have a Spotify podcast that comes out once a week. You can look for it, and there will be teasers out that we publish on Meta, on TikTok, and on YouTube. Subscribe here. If you leave me a message, I will respond.